As if we don't have enough choice on the local car market, Infiniti has rolled into town offering those with a bit more budget yet another choice. Their full range consists of sedans, SUVs, coupes and cabriolets, but for their grand South African entrance they've chosen to launch with that, the FX. Before we get into the details of this luxury SUV, here's a quick history lesson. Infiniti was launched by Nissan in 1989, presumably after the company had seen the success that rivals Toyota had had in the States with their Lexus luxury brand. Sadly though, they haven't quite emulated that success, and Infiniti is now on a massive drive to get its numbers up. Opening with just 2 dealers in Gauteng, the network will expand over time. Okay, lesson over, back to the car. The first impression of the FX is a mixed one because it looks good, but only from certain angles. The profile definitely has that sporty coupe shape. The rear is almost Italian in its design, but front on, it's sort of long and wide and flat with a really big grille and really tiny headlights. The face of this car looks like it's had an allergic reaction to a bee sting. It's a look that will no doubt find some fans, particularly those who like their cars to be unsubtle in an American kind of way. There are interesting details here, like the air vents behind the front wheel arches, and it has a more of a slippery shape to it rather than the usual SUV bulk. In some ways, it's an interesting mix of ideas, with that bulbous front end bolted to a more muscular and athletic body, but if nothing else, it looks like nothing else. So the outside is all new, but on the inside there is a lot of Nissan familiarity. The control interface, the steering wheel with its GTR paddle shifters, the aircon controls from just about every Nissan on the market. But this is a luxury SUV, so there should be something that tells you that, and there is. The analog clock. If it's good enough for a Bentley or an S-Class, it's good enough for this luxury vehicle. I have a pet irritation with manufacturers who insist on sharing parts across such a wide market. I understand the need to keep costs down, but the bottom line is the interior of this high-end SUV is downgraded somewhat because of the sheer volume of parts shared and the kind of cars they're shared with. My own little gripe aside, it is well put together, and there are enough features in here, like keyless entry and adaptive cruise control, to make you realize that you are not, in fact, driving an uprated Tida. And much like the Lexus way of doing things, there's almost nothing on the options list. It's all standard on this premium model. There's something quite exciting about driving a brand for the first time. Your expectations are zeroed and you're not subconsciously comparing it to something that you might have driven before. Okay, you know what it's competing against, but you have no idea what the brand's particular recipe is for building a car. And the first bite of the Infiniti recipe tastes pretty good. The FX50S is powered by a naturally aspirated 5-litre V8. It's shoved along with the help of 287 angry-sounding kilowatts and 500 Newton-meters of very eager torque. This thing is instantaneously quick. There's impressive initial acceleration that gives it a sub-6-second 0 to 100 time. The 7-speed auto box, which is your only choice in the range, does a good job of getting through the gears no matter what mode you're in, and there's this consistent and fantastic V8 noise that follows you wherever you go. My only complaint? The steering, which could feel a little less artificial, especially when you start pressing on. Which is an easy habit to form in this car, even though it means you more than likely won't see anything near the official fuel consumption figure of 13.1 litres per 100 Ks. Manufacturers love their acronyms, and up till now they've all been playing along nicely, giving us just 3 letters, but now Infiniti comes along and gives us 9 letters. ATTESAETS, which stands for All-Terrain Traction, no that's not right, Advanced Total Traction Engineering System for All Electronic Torque Split. Stupid acronym, but what it gives the car is impressive. Quite simply, it's an electronic torque split. Ordinarily, the FX is a rear-wheel drive car, but if necessary, as much as 50% of the power can be sent to the front wheels. What it means in practical terms is lots of confidence-inspiring grip, even through a challenging mountain pass. Infiniti have hired Johan Donation to help boost their rather ambitious sales drive. Why is that name important? Because he did it for Audi in America, and he's South African. But of course they'll have to rely on more than just that tenuous link to ensure their popularity in South Africa. Launching a new brand is not an easy thing, especially on a stage as massive as the car manufacturing one. Infiniti undoubtedly has what it takes to design and manufacture cars that satisfy the needs of the luxury market. But that, I fear, is the easy part. The hard part is convincing brand-loyal South Africans to try something completely new.
With a lusty V8 providing the muscle, a slick auto box and clever all-wheel drive, progress in the Infiniti is effortless. There's lots of luxury kit and comfort levels are high, but the Infiniti's Nissan heritage is much too obvious and the styling lacks overall cohesion.